HerFlow podcast. I'm Saahithi Madhuvarsu, your host and the founder of HerFlow, a team-built app created to help us track our periods and understand our health better. One of the most common questions that I hear from teens is, why isn't my period regular? Today, we'll be talking about irregular periods and when it might be time to see a doctor. I'm joined by Dr. Srilakshmi Brahmandam, a leading consultant, obstetrician, and gynecologist with 20 years of experience. Welcome, Dr. Srilakshmi.
Hi, Saahithi. I'm Dr. Srilakshmi, an obstetrician gynecologist who's all about empowering you to own your health, especially when it comes to your periods, bodies, and everything in between.
Thank you so much for joining us on today's episode. Now, let's just start with the basics. Why are irregular periods so common in the first few years after a girl begins menstruating?
Well, let us see. Periods in puberty are like you learning to ride a bike. Sometimes you wobble, sometimes you cruise. Irregular periods are super common in the first few years of your puberty because your body is still figuring out all the hormonal changes that is happening inside you.
Okay.
Your brain's talking to your ovaries and it is telling them that hormones like estrogen and progesterone will be needed for your periods to become regular. So it's like a learning process for your body to get everything balanced. So it will take time for your periods to adjust.
Oh wow, that's really interesting to know. So it's basically around the production of these different hormones, and the body is still getting used to consistently producing these hormones when a girl first starts menstruating.
Correct.
Okay, that's really interesting to know. So given that, for many girls when they begin to menstruate, they don't really know what the normal should be, right? In the first few months or even the first year or two, it's because periods are so irregular. I think for many teen girls, there's no certain standard or level for what a normal level of pain should be, what a normal flow should be. So what are some patterns that you recommend girls should expect and look out for?
That's a very good question, which I get asked in my OPD too. See, a normal could be a different normal for you, a different normal for me. So it is not the same normal for everybody.
Okay.
So let's break it down. Imagine periods like a pizza, okay, with different toppings. So everybody's got their own combo. Few like some kind of toppings and few like others. So for the teens, the cycles can be anywhere between 21 days to 45 days. And that's totally normal. And the flow could be a sprinkle, just like a salt on the salad, or it could be like a heavy, big downpour. But that all depends how you've started and how you're maintaining that in every cycle. So your body might take a while to settle into the pattern, and that's totally fine. It's all part of the menstrual journey, and everybody takes time to settle down. And one more thing I would like to tell all the teens is never compare yourself with any other cycle, because you are unique and your cycle is unique to you.
Oh, definitely. And I think that's a very important part of periods, and especially, as you mentioned, this whole thing of comparing, especially for teen girls who are still kind of growing up, adjusting to social norms in their school and with their friends. I think comparing is a very easy thing to do, but it's very important to note that everyone, as you said, has their own normal, right? They're like the pizza toppings, everyone has their own preference, everyone has their own normal, and what's normal for me might not be normal for one of my friends, and that's incredibly important to note. So thank you for that point. And then on the same topic, yes, please continue.
Sorry to cut you in between, but the one more thing I wanted to tell here, that is, please stop reading everything on Google and start applying that to yourself. Everything on Google is just a generalized information. Please do apply every single line of that to yourself and get yourself stressed.
Oh, definitely. And that's a very good point to bring up with the internet. We have Instagram, TikTok,
Right.
Google, YouTube. There's a lot of information being circulated. And while not all of it may be misinformation, it might not apply for you because everyone's
Correct.
body is different, right?
Correct.
So thank you very much. I think anytime girls listening, if you have any questions about your period, Google is fine, but you should never rely on Google or what you hear on the internet. Always consult your OBGYN.
OBGYN. Correct.
So on that topic, at what point should a girl be concerned about irregular periods and begin to seek medical advice? Are there any standards around pain or missing cycles, etc., that could possibly be a sign for someone to go visit their doctor?
Correct. We call them alarm bells for periods. Okay. So these alarm bells could be starting from your flow, like you said. If you're soaking through a pad or a tampon that you're using every hour, if it is literally leaking, that is super heavy bleeding and you need to be concerned.
Okay.
Second thing, if you miss your periods for more than 3 months in a row, like you've not seen them for 3 months in a row, or if the pain is so bad that your simple pain meds wouldn't help, then you are missing out on stuff on your daily routine. This pain is causing you to miss your school. So those are the alarm bells for periods. And you need to check in with your OBGYN ASAP. Okay. So something could be wrong. Something the body is trying to tell you, even though you're giving it meds or giving it rest, it is still not recovering. So those are the signs. You have to meet your OBGYN and talk to them regarding the basic things. Like the most common things in teens right now is the PCOS, that is the polycystic ovarian syndrome, or the thyroid related issues, or the obesity, which is becoming very common among the teens. So all this could lead to different problems in their periods, and you definitely have to get a check on these alarm bells and meet your OBGYN.
Oh, wow. Thank you. So I think, as you mentioned, the pads or tampons are a great way to measure how heavy your flow is and determine if you need medical advice. And I'm just going to follow up on what you said about PCOS. What are some of the most commonly missed symptoms that you see that parents or teens might pick up too late that you recommend that people pay attention to now rather than later?
First thing is immediate weight gain. See, you've been balancing your weight throughout, and suddenly over the 3-4 months you put on like a 4-5 kg weight or around 2 to 3 pounds of weight in just a very rapid amount of time, or you're losing hair, or you're starting to develop hair, little hair over your face or over your cheeks, which might seem very simple to start with, but those are the signs of PCOS. Or the more important thing, the more disturbing visual thing is you start developing blackness around your neck or your underarms or your inside of your thighs. That is called as acanthosis. That is one of the very main result or the effect of the PCOS seen on the body. And you could also see sudden weight gain over your tummy, which could also be another reason for PCOS, other effect of PCOS. And sudden acne over your face and sudden sweating, that all could be the symptoms of PCOS.
Oh, wow. Okay. Thank you so much for sharing that. I think these factors, as you mentioned, weight gain, acne, hair, facial hair loss, darkness, and hair loss, these might seem like some more common symptoms. You know, the weight gain is very common among teens who are going through puberty, but I think it's very important to know that these could definitely be signs of PCOS or other reproductive system related issues. So be sure to keep an eye out for these symptoms and make sure to visit a doctor as appropriate.
One more point I forgot to add in this is that there could be two kinds of PCOS. It could be what we call as lean PCOS and the obese PCOS. In the obese PCOS, it is very easy to diagnose because all the symptoms I said, those are disturbing your visual appearance. But people who are lean, who are very thin, may also suffer with the PCOS problems, and they are the ones who are really difficult to treat. So they should also be they should also watch out. They mainly have very irregular cycles or irregular spotting, on and off spotting in between their periods. So those people also should have a check on the PCOS.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's very interesting to know. Thank you so much. So now, moving on, as someone myself who built a period tracking app, HerFlow, I know how important it is to log these symptoms, right? These symptoms that you mentioned, such as weight gain, acne, hair loss, darkness, etc. It is so important to write them down somewhere, which is why a period tracking app like HerFlow is so beneficial. Now, from a doctor's point of view, I know that you've met with many women and many teens. Could you please explain to us how tracking your period helps an OBGYN diagnose issues more accurately?
Yes, that is a very good. Actually, I would congratulate you on coming up with the app at such a young age. See, when we ask patient about different signs and symptoms, we go back and ask them, how were you doing 3 months ago? What were your different signs and symptoms? But they usually don't write it down. They don't find it important. But for us doctors to have a track of your cycle length, of your cycle flow is very important. So tracking periods is like having a secret weapon for your health.
Okay.
When you log stuff like cycle length, flow heaviness, the symptoms you're having during those cycles, if your pain is before or during or after the cycles, and the other symptoms, help the doctors to spot patterns or problems way easier. So we can come to a diagnosis just by we taking the information from you about your different cycle, different things like I told you in the cycle. So like if you track that you had a super heavy bleeding for few months, your doc like us can look into why that might be happening. Could it be an ovarian cyst? Could it be a PCOS? Or could it be anything else in your uterus? So, then Saahithi, so that is why we encourage patients to follow a regular diary. So Saahithi, with your period tracking app, tracking is like having a power up for knowing your body. And I would encourage everybody to maintain a period diary, which is easily can be done with your HerFlow app.
Wow, thank you so much. So clearly, even from a doctor's standpoint, it is incredibly beneficial for anyone who is menstruating to be able to log down their cycle length, their flow heaviness, and any symptoms that might come along with it. Thank you so much for that. And, you know, on this kind of topic that we have on visiting your gynecologist, your OBGYN, I know for a fact that many teens might be nervous to see a gynecologist. As a society, we're still kind of evolving in being open about our periods. There are teens who are nervous, who are embarrassed, who might think that these symptoms that they have, even if they are painful or irregular, they might just think that they're overreacting, right? That they're being overdramatic, and that really seeing a doctor is not necessary. What is your message to these teens who might be hesitant to visit their gynecologist?
That's a very good topic you brought up, Saahithi. See, gynecologist visits should be just like meeting up your teacher. See, we are like your coaches. When you have a problem in one of your subjects, do you go ask your friends or do you go ask your teacher? You would go to your teacher, right, for the proper information, because your friend will also know how much you are knowing. There are no experts in the subject. So if you want a clear answer and a better help for you, you would also always go to a coach. So like that, we are your wellness coaches. We are your body health coaches. So you should always feel free to come to us and ask questions, because we love answering questions about you. So I make it a request to all the young women to please meet your gynecologist in case you need help, and do not seek help from your friends or other relatives, because they know as much as you. Maybe they don't know as much as you do too. So we help you understand what's going on down there.
Definitely.
And make sure everything's on track. We are super respectful. We are caring. and visits are a normal part of taking care of your health. So don't stress about it. We are just there to help you and help you understand your body very well.
Oh, definitely. Thank you so much. And please, everyone, if you have any questions about your period, if you're experiencing any unusual symptoms, please go visit your gynecologist. As Dr. Srilakshmi so pleasantly said, they are here to help you. They would love to answer your questions, and it is important to receive that type of medical attention.
Always carry your hair flow app with you so that you have recorded all your symptoms, all your flow cycles, and the number of days, so that it becomes easier for your doctor to diagnose your problem, whether to know it is really serious or is it okay.
Yes, and I think that kind of goes into that idea of meeting you halfway, right? As a girl, as a patient, we want to meet you halfway by being able to easily present data about our period to you, which can be done through the HerFlow app. And as a gynecologist, we want our doctors to be able to meet us halfway by creating an open and encouraging environment for us to be able to share our medical information, right?
Correct.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Dr. Srilakshmi, for helping us understand our irregular periods better. I know that it's such a big topic among young teens, especially when you begin menstruating, but I think your insights have helped us understand our bodies so much more. So to all of our girls out there, please do remember irregular cycles are normal, but your body does deserve attention if something feels off. Tracking your cycle will help you and your doctor take care of your health with confidence, which is what we do at HerFlow. We're here to support you with the tools, resources, and a community that understands, such as Dr. Srilakshmi over here. You can download the HerFlow app or visit her.flo.org to learn more. Until next time, keep asking questions and owning your health journey. Thank you so much, Dr. Srilakshmi.
Take care, Saahithi. Thank you, everyone. Take care of your body. Take care of your periods.